It is April 28th, 1996. WWF In Your House number 7. Diesel versus Shawn Michaels. Good friends, better enemies. Romeo, SP3, Drunk Guy JJ. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for True Rewind episode 50. We are here up early on a Monday morning to greet you and go back in time, pump up the flux capacitor, jump in the DeLorean with us all the way back to April 28th, 1996. In Your House number 7, good friends, better enemies. I am back once again with the connoisseur of reporting himself, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon.
What's up, guys? 50 episodes. What a ride. What a ride.
What a ride indeed it's been on True Rewind. And we are here with the man. He is back from 1995. He went on a binger of coke and cough medicine. He's not even drunk because it's an early morning. He is early morning guy, JJ.
Man, I'm happy to survive last week, man. A combination of cocaine and cough syrup is not the move, guys. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
A public service announcement on a Monday morning. Just what you came to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for. If you're watching us live, drop a like on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content that we got right here. Later on tonight, we got Rated Raw Superstars with the good brothers right here reviewing Monday Night Raw. We have live streams going on most of this week. Wednesday, AEW Dynamite live watch along with Romeo and Ness. You got Blunt Impact with Ness and Chris G after Impact Wrestling on Thursday. Saturday, True Hill Heat 138, the first ever fantasy wrestling draft. So there's a lot of content to enjoy. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified. If you're watching us on Twitter, drop us a like. If you're watching us on Facebook, drop us a like, a heart emoji, a laugh emoji, an angry emoji. However, In Your House number 7 made you feel, let us know with that engagement. And of course, if you're watching us live, leave your live thoughts on In Your House number 7 in the live chat over here. Or if you're watching us on demand, put it down in the comments section below. Romeo, you are usually the pilot, the driver on the DeLorean, so take it away.
April 28th, 1996 from Omaha, Nebraska. 9,563 people in attendance. The opening graphic had, for some reason, a plane dropping bombs on Omaha, Nebraska. That's very dark.
Very dark indeed.
Oh, shit.
Bulldog with Owen and Cornette and Clarence Mason versus Jake the Snake Roberts. Mason presents the ref with some papers. Jake tried cutting a promo backstage, but Vince just cuts him off.
Jake did not look the best here. He looked very
he looked very bad this whole thing.
He looked very disheveled, like he had just done a little extracurricular activity that Drunk Guy JJ would have joined him in 1996.
I met him at the pit stop when you guys dropped me off, so me and him had a good time. So I apologize. I apologize for this.
Had a business exchange too?
Yeah, you were the one that got him what he needed for In Your House?
Yeah, he saw I had the stuff. I just wanted the autograph, but he got out of hand.
Even exchange, autograph for some cough medicine and some cocaine. All right. Okay.
Jake to the ring, brings a snake, rips up all the papers, threatens all the heels with his snake, and Cornette passes out. And King begs Vince. Give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Ask where's Goldust when you need him.
Goldust would have came in the clutch in this situation. He would have been happy to support Jim Cornette or support any man that needed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on this night.
Did you see Bulldog giving very poor CPR? That was funny.
Oh man, there was a lot to be funny. The fact that Jake put his snake on 3 different men at the same time was, it was a very interesting sight, a very interesting thing to see to start off this pay-per-view.
By the way, Diana Smith in the crowd, watching in disappointment.
The best actress in professional wrestling history.
Jake goes to the back with his snake, takes it to the back, and comes back with Ahmed Johnson, still nursing his thumb injury from when he cheated during an arm wrestling contest. It's a tag match now with Owen Hart added. Jake gets pummeled.
Where was Clarence Mason to approve this? Because I don't know if this is fair at all. Like you know, it was supposed to be a singles match. I don't know who made it a tag team match. It seems a little bit unfair here.
And by the way, why is Owen Hart always involved in these fucking bait and switches? Like, what's going on?
Dave Meltzer said this was made a tag match because Bulldog was also nursing a knee injury. A lot of injured guys on this card. Jake gets pummeled by Bulldog with Cornette's tennis racket behind the ref's back. Bulldog then locks a leg submission that the ref calls the bell for. Dirty finish. I gave it 1.25 stars just for the crowd being into it. The crowd was red hot for this opening. Meltz gave this 1 3/4. Sid?
Like you said, this pay-per-view was in Omaha, Nebraska, and the first thing I wrote, they would never have a pay-per-view in Omaha, Nebraska nowadays. that seems preposterous. I think the pre-match stuff was fun. The tag team match, it was kind of just there. I gave it 2 stars. Owen and British Bulldog were okay. Ahmed Johnson was there. Jake the Snake was high, and it was decent. It was decent, at least halfway decent for what it was.
Mess. It was a mess of an opener. And it's so funny you say that because there's only been one pay-per-view since then that happened in Omaha, Nebraska.
What was that?
Judgment Day 2008.
What a fantastic memory! My goodness.
Triple H Randy Orton Steel Cage match. That's the last pay-per-view to have
that pay-per-view sucked.
Yeah, that wasn't that good.
Oh my god. The Omaha, Nebraska gets either 1-match shows or no match shows. We got a couple of comments here to feature. We got True Draw Josh in the live chat saying earliest I've ever seen Romeo awake. Indeed, I asked Romeo before we went live, has he ever seen this time of the day? He says it's been years. We got Keeping It Current was here first before we went live. Said one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. It has aged badly though.
Most of this content we watch has aged badly.
The MVP of last week in the live chat, Brett Thomas is here saying good afternoon. I have you and Big Fight Weekly on at the same time. Dual stream. We got Mark Lloyd saying in 1996 we saw a lot of Diana Hart, but did they ever use any other wives at all on TV storylines? I think the reason why they used Sable. Diana,
Sable. Oh,
you said Sarah?
About the Hearts. No, I said Sable. Oh my God, no, Sable.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Marlena.
Sable, Marlena, there was quite a few. I think Diana was only used sparingly because she was traveling with Bulldog, so there was less you're here every week, we might as well use you and put you on camera. I guess that's what I kind of thought of it.
And boy, do they. Call the Superstar Hotline to hear from Mark Merrow and 123 Kid, who just did battle on Free For All, as Sable looks deeply into our eyes.
Oh my God.
Jerry asked Vince if he really thinks Sable is pretty. Ugh. That should age well.
He is a fan of Goldust. That's all I can say. He thinks Goldust.
Goldust fan club.
Yeah.
Smooth transition because Goldust earlier on Free For All blew some glitter into Warrior's eyes.
No, it was Goldust.
Right, that's what I said.
You
said glitter.
Goldust blew some glitter.
No, it was not glitter. It was gold dust. You have to put the pause.
Which is
in
also
between.
glitter.
You have to put the pause in between. It was gold
Oh my god.
Oh,
dust.
you guys are killing me this early. Marlena also blew smoke into his eyes. Or Goldust, who knows? Smoke, probably.
That's like,
No,
that's
that-
like I would
was
be more
definitely
offended of that than the gold dust because
right? He freaked out when he saw the gold dust. He didn't care about the smoke. He freaked out when he saw the gold dust, though.
he would prove why he didn't really care about the smoke and the cigar later on in the night. But yeah, that he seemed very much upset with the gold dust and with the smoke in his face, even though he could have got cancer. Just saying.
Goldust limping around as a bandage around his knee, accompanied by some kind of gangster. This was
That guy. He's some fat gangster.
do you know who this was?
No, who was it?
The former Mantar.
Wow. Why did I not put 1 and 2 together? Mantar, man. We haven't been able to see him on our ride yet.
What a change of gimmicks. Jesus. From whatever that animal is supposed to be to a gangster.
He was half man, half tar.
What is that? What? Was that half Taurus?
Yes.
Have bull.
Taurus.
Yes, have bull.
Yes.
Bull, huh?
Yes. Taurus.
Warrior enters to a huge pop. A lot of stalling. Marlena drops her cigar. Warrior picks it up and makes himself comfortable in the ring on Goldust's chair, smoking the cigar, even though Vince says he doesn't smoke. Crowd loses their patience with Goldust, all this stalling, that they start chanting the F word that ends with T.
The
Fat,
F word,
fat,
the F word that we can't say here on True Hill Heat, and no, we are not talking about fuck. We can say fuck as much as we want here on True Hill Heat. Fuck, fuck, fuck. But the other F word we will not, and that we're referring to Goldust.
Infuriates Goldust. Goldberg. I'm already
Same
thinking
difference.
about tonight's horror show.
Same difference, I guess.
Goldust threatens to kiss each and every one of them in the audience to show them who the real, never mind, real is.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. That my alarm goes off during this segment. I guess they wanted to say
Censor it.
It was like just in case you want to think about saying that word, let's take you off the screen. We got Mark Lloyd saying, did anyone ever use the AOL dial-up to chat with the WWE superstars? Drunk Guy JJ, we should ask you that. Did you ever do that?
Nah. I mean, I use AOL dial-up to go on the website, WWF.com, but I never chatted with the website.
Yeah, I never did that either, and it costs money to do the superstar line and stuff like that. I didn't get AOL until I was a little bit older, and by then there was like dirt sheets and all that other type of stuff that keep you informed.
During the Attitude Era, like that's when I started. That's when I got dial-up, so I was just on the website.
Exactly. We also got Uncle Gripper saying, Ico Pro, you gotta want it. Those chemicals were dreadful. I don't think it's as dreadful as Ultimate Warrior smoking an open cigar in front of all those people. He could have gave all those people secondhand smoke and cancer. I'm just saying, kids, don't smoke cigars in arenas like that, especially not in a pandemic. That's all I gotta say.
Goldust extends his hand to Warrior to be kissed, and Warrior puts the cigar out on it, burning him, clotheslines him out the chair. Goldust heads to the back, counted out, dirty finish, and still. The bodyguard attacks Warrior. Warrior destroys him, rips off his shirt, the jacket, slams him. The crowd ate up this bait and switch of a match. Dud from me. Meltz gave it -3.5 stars and called it a contender for the worst match of the decade. Drunk guy.
So if you want to even call this a match, unfortunately, he's right.
It's an angle. It was an angle.
What the fuck was this? Don't hype up a match. Have this shit going for as long as it did. If a Warrior to be a homophobe and out here stripping off the fucking Mantar, it's kind of contradicting. And smoking it for a guy who doesn't smoke. So Warrior just a big fucking contradiction this whole segment.
It's just full of surprises.
I mean, I guess Goldust was really hurt, which is probably why they didn't have a match. And then again, I'm sure if they would have had a match, it would have been way shorter than a segment anyway. So it was garbage. Dud for me. I mean, I could put negative stars, but nah.
I also gave this a dud, and I would go as far as to say, I won't say, the worst match of the decade, but out of the in your houses that we've seen here on True Rewind, this is up there with Yokozuna and Mabel for the worst in your house match that we have seen. It probably is one
Now
of the worst.
they try to have an actual match.
Exactly. They tried. At
That's
least
how bad
they
that
tried.
was.
At least they tried. These guys did not. They did a whole bunch of stalling. It was more of an angle. More than anything, we just got over how over Goldust is with the crowd. Regardless of what they're chanting, they're into the whole gimmick and they're responding to it. But yeah, Ultimate Warrior, of course, the crowd's going to be into him. He's still getting that nostalgia pop, but he is overstaying his welcome already, in my opinion.
Backstage, Bulldog and Owen. Outside Shawn Michaels' locker room, officials tell Bulldog to calm down. Doc Hendricks says it has something to do with his wife, Diana Smith.
Oh boy. Speaking of getting Diana Hart Smith involved, we're about to get into a very controversial angle that WWE did going into next month's In Your House. We got Uncle Gripper
Did
with
Shawn
us.
Michaels learn anything from Syracuse? Jesus.
Apparently not. Apparently not. And he did it to the wife of the guy that helped him the most, or that fell asleep in the front seat, whoever story you believe. Uncle Gripper says fat question mark. He also says, what happened to Ico Pro? Like, did it do well? I think it did, because it was on WWE television for a while. And Uncle Gripper says Dave's ratings mean nothing now if you see his AEW ratings. I mean, his AEW ratings pale in comparison to his New Japan ratings. So I don't even know what that
Damn,
meant.
that wasn't Rambo's comment?
Exactly. This is Rambo's burner account.
burner account.
Uncle Gripper says at least Warrior wasn't main eventing like Goldberg is in 2021 against the champion with no build match either. So, I mean, at least there's that. At least he's going against the Intercontinental Champion and not the WWE Champion.
Vader versus Razor Ramon. Vince marks out for Razor's entrance, even though he's leaving. Got to keep that new gimmick, that Razor gimmick fresh for the new Razor,
Exactly.
Razor thrown out of the ring to start. That's a DQ in WCW. Trust me. We saw last week. Razor kicks out of a Vader bomb. Razor then power slams a jumping Vader off the top rope. Then later has the Razor's Edge set up with Vader on the ropes. With Vader too much weight, collapses. Vader goes up again to the ropes. Thank you. Vader goes up again to the ropes. Damn, this freaking luchador doesn't learn. Goes for a moonsault. And Razor counters with an electric chair. Razor goes for another Razor's Edge. Vader flips him over and sits on him for the win. Razor got his ass kicked for the most part. It was funny that most of his offense came from just Vader making mistakes on the top rope. I gave it 2.5 stars. Good job of Vader looking dominant. Melt gave this 3.25 stars. Drunk guy?
I give it 3. This was a long. I don't want to call it a squash match because it wasn't a squash, but this is basically like a 15-minute match to make Vader look strong. But the effort that Razor did try to put up was interesting. Him definitely selling his back, trying to lift up Vader was dope. This was surprisingly good. I guess they got a little more time because Goldust and Warrior didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So there's no way this match was going to be 50. Yeah, there's no way this match was supposed to be 15 minutes. I don't believe that. But yeah, it was a good match. What it was. 3 stars.
I mean, this was very one-sided a matchup, but at the same time, they gave Razor Ramon a lot. Like him kicking out the Vader bomb, I was just like, what the hell are they doing? Like, this guy's leaving. Why are you having him kick out of the guy's like main move? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. And then he wins by basically breaking Razor's sternum with sitting on him. I gave this match 2 3/4 stars. They could have made this more convincing of a win for Vader, especially with the build up that he's given. You know, beating down Gorilla Monsoon, beating down Yokozuna. If they're building towards the grudge match with Yokozuna next month, Vader could have looked a little bit more dominant here. And if Razor's leaving, Vader definitely should have looked more dominant here.
Pretty stiff Vader bomb, by the way. I could see Vader talking to Razor like, "Sorry, brother."
Yeah, there was a couple of instances that I was just like, is he trying to hurt Razor? Like when he did
this is the way of sending him out. This is the way of sending him out.
He's a going away gift.
When he did the elbow drop where he just fell on top of his legs.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, what are you doing? You're trying to hurt him?
Speaking of facing off against Yokozuna at In Your House, that's what Doc Hendricks tells Cornette and Vader. Cornette freaks out. He says, he can't wrestle, he's too fat. Vader pushes around Cornette like it's his fault. And later on, they announce that In Your House will be May 26th, the next one. And they're advertising matches, Yokozuna versus Vader. They sent Yokozuna away to lose weight, yet still promote how he's 641 pounds. Oh, the big mammoth Yokozuna. Very, doesn't make any sense. Hunter versus Mero, Austin versus Savio, WWF Championship. This is the most they've ever advertised at once, and a full month ahead.
Yes, I will say they did a good job of building up this pay-per-view. It's too bad all the shit that happened at this pay-per-view, which we'll get into very, very soon here on True Rewind.
Drunk Guy, you are lagging. If you want to come back.
He's frozen, and his audio is lagging. No, you're the one that's frozen, I think, because I see Romeo just fine. Romeo, you see me?
Yes. Drunk Guy, just come back. There you go.
There you go. Makes sense.
Go chat with Paul Bear, and who was complaining about the mandible claw.
Why couldn't we have any of my favorite promos? Why couldn't we hear like Paul Bearer cut a promo or Mankind cut a promo? Like why are they robbing me of my enjoyment of these shows?
The Godwins versus the Body Donnas with Sable for the Tag Team Championships. King botches a joke about Sunny being 20 years old when she found out cars have front seats. Cringe.
Oh my god. That was a cringy line. King being a creep.
Skip and Zip try a switcheroo, but ref Mike Chioda can tell the difference for now. Sunny goes to the back, bring out an autograph frame pic of her to present to Phineas. Phineas's dumbass loves it.
Horny Phineas. He's horny. He's horny Finn.
Horny pig. In ring, Henry with a slop drop on Skip. Ref was distracted by the outside activities. Zip does a switcheroo. Mike Chioda doesn't even notice or can't tell the difference. Ugly inside cradle for the win, and still dirty finish. Phineas feels bad after, and Henry embraces him. Phineas does pull out the picture out of the slop bucket to take with him and jerk off to later.
Because he's horny.
Jesus.
He's horny.
Jesus,
He's horny.
man.
I'm putting two and two together.
He's a horny pig.
About to run out.
I gave this 1.5 stars. Melts gave it 1 3/4. Drunk Guy?
1.5.
Sid?
I gave it 1.5 as well. Not much to it. Kind of boring. But I did get a kick out of Horny Pig and his love addiction to Sunny. Yeah, I mean, her bringing out the picture and then the Horny Pig getting off the apron. I was just like, well, you horny bastard, pay attention to what you're doing. God damn it. We got Uncle Gripper in the live chat here says, again, compared to today's talent leaving, ? Razor kicking out Vader Bomb, nothing compared to cuts today when some were involved. He also says, handsome Doc Hendricks, my absolute favorite. I mean, hey, that porn stash got a lot of love back in those days. He also says, I read they send Vader and Yoko to rehab for their weight, and Yoko admitted that he and Vader would sneak out and eat buckets of chicken. It sounds like the storyline to the movie Heavyweights.
Which I have never seen.
You never seen Disney's Heavyweight
Wrestling?
with Ben Stiller as the villain? Oh
No.
my God, what is going on with you? You have Disney Plus. Get your life together, sir. Heavyweight is a classic. What are you doing? We got Uncle Gripper also saying, I've loved of seeing more Jim Cornette and Heyman at each other on the stick. Yeah, that would have been fun. Jesus, every single time.
Wild man.
Mark Merrill.
We also got Mark Lloyd saying Sonny has some adult videos now.
Does she? Wow, didn't know.
Newsflash to me. We also got it's hard to score from now. I think these matches back at that time were better. No, they weren't.
Look at me! Look at me thinking about drugs. It's hard to score now. I'm like, it's hard to score now. They're everywhere.
Oh my god! you guys can tell me. You guys can tell me that the promos back then were better. You can tell me the characters were back then better. You can tell me the storylines are back then better. What you're not going to tell me is that the wrestling back then was better. The wrestling today is so much better than the wrestling back then. I'm sorry to inform you guys that.
Mark Merrill with a promo backstage calling out Hunter for messing with Sable. Hunter has entered the jungle and now has to answer the call of the wild. Footage of the free-for-all match where Hunter attacked Merrill and delivered a pedigree during his match with the Kid. I can't hear what Merrill says as the commentary from the free-for-all is way too loud.
I wish Vince was like TK, Tony Khan, and would pay money for licensed music, because Wildman Mark Merrill would have been over like Rover if he came out to Wild Thing. His career would have been totally different if he came out to Wild Thing.
I mean, had it good for Undertaker.
See, it worked for Undertaker. He got 2 licensed music. He got American Badass and Roland. Come on. Seriously? You couldn't get Wildman Mark Merrill Wild Thing?
Send in your proof of purchase of this pay-per-view so you could get 5 free minutes of long distance time. And a card.
What a weird ass gift.
They were known for these weird ass gifts.
Oh my god. They just run out of ideas at this point.
Mark Lloyd says, haha, can you imagine working at KFC and Yoko and Vader show up in front seats? Oh man, you would know that you're going out of business for the night. They're gonna sell out the joint. They're gonna buy every piece of chicken that you got there. Mark Lloyd says, protected better before internet. The business maybe, but that's just evolution. This would have happened regardless. If they had computers in 1980, by 1990, the business wouldn't have been protected. You guys need to get over that. It's evolution. That's what it was. Internet is gonna make it more real, and the superstars are gonna talk more in their own voices. So it's just like, come on.
And evolution is a mystery. Full of changes no one sees. That's how it goes.
Jock says, better, quote unquote, laugh my ass off.
Let's go to this main event. And Shawn has been champion for a month. Still can't get a new photo of him with the poorly photoshopped title on his shoulder.
It looks painted. It looks painted on the shoulder.
Shawn earlier at Free For All promised a party to the Click, and it's going to happen when Sweet Chin music is queued up, and he's dancing all over Diesel's face.
Jesus.
Diesel asked if Vince is going to be at ringside. Yes, he will. He's got a little something for him tonight. He loves when it's live. For the WWF Championship, no holds barred. Diesel's gift is throwing his vest at Vince McMahon. Jerry.
What a heel. What a heel. You gotta love Diesel coming down to the theme song from Roseanne. What a badass.
Shawn Michaels comes out throwing up the Too Sweet. Intense to the max. 0 kisses to the girls at ringside. He means business.
He has no time to be a pedophile. He's a good friend, but he's a better enemy.
He's a better pervert.
Referee Earl Hebner bargained at Diesel for the damage he's doing to Shawn. So Diesel chokes his ass out. Diesel then turns Shawn Michaels into the Hangman, hanging him from the ropes with his belt. And the crowd is shrieking when Diesel hits Shawn with a chair. Good heel shit. But wait, there's more good heel shit.
Mm-hmm.
Diesel with an awesome jackknife powerbomb through the announce table.
Beautiful.
Vincent,
Beautiful visual.
yes, Vincent King helps Shawn out the wreckage. Diesel puts the title around his waist, declaring himself the winner. I love that. Shawn uses a fire extinguisher to blind Diesel. Hits Diesel with a chair that's tangled with wires and monitors. The finish of this match. Diesel goes to the outside and approaches Mad Dog Vachon in the crowd.
Great moment.
Just trying to enjoy a championship match. And then pulls the prosthetic leg off of him. Mad Dog Vachon was in a car accident. He tries to use it on Shawn, but Shawn avoids and uses it on Diesel. Sweet chin music for the win that we miss. Have to see it on replay. Shawn celebrates like crazy with the win. And still, you can read his lips. He says, "I'm the biggest boy here. You want a big boy to play with?"
Oh my God.
Yeah. Drunk guy. What did you think of this main event?
That was a terrible segue. But I love this match, man. It was what a great fucking brawl. A great send-off for Big Daddy Cool. Shawn already is off the hot start as champion. This match was fire. That announce table spot. I always laugh when I see that damn prosthetic leg spot. Everything just went so well. They literally just went crazy from the beginning of the match. So proud shout out to them. Shawn winning, of course, keep the title reign going. Well, starting. So yeah, definitely 4.5 from me.
SP.
4.25. I thought that this was a wild match with impeccable selling from Shawn. Like Shawn, he was the ace of the baby faces at this time because he just did a great selling. He had a tremendous comeback, and it always got the crowd very fired up. And I like the little teases. You know, it looks like he's about to just wipe through him, the old Hulk Hogan, comeback where he just hits his moves and then wins the match. But then Diesel catches the leg and hits the lariat, and he, it looks like Diesel's gonna win. The prosthetic leg spot is always a pop for me. I always love it. I'm just like, oh, when I see Mad Dog Vachon before this match, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is one of my favorite spots, and this is one of like the iconic like no holds barred matches of like pre-Attitude Era that was a precursor for the Attitude Era, because you got the announce table spot. Like I said, a great visual with the monitors falling on top of Shawn. I just thought it was great. And yeah, like I said, these guys worked so well together, and definitely I would say this is up there with his matches with Bret the Hitman Hart for Diesel's best match in WWE.
I was about to say, like, to me, this is probably his best match, and it's sad that it's his last match. Well, televised, excuse me.
Love the black and blue Shawn gear as well.
Yes.
Oh, how many stars, SP3?
4.25.
I gave this 4.25 as well. Great story, great intensity. Shawn looks like a big deal. Diesel looks like a dick. Was this the most heelish thing we have seen in the Monday Night War so far?
Yes, definitely. This was the first time this was the first time that WWF really felt like they had a top heel in Diesel, and it's a shame. Like
I said, you take them, you have them.
Like I said, like this whole month, Diesel has really been stepping up. He's really taken that mantle of being the top heel in the company. And
you said Mantar or Mantle?
Mantle. Jesus Christ. Taking the mantle of top heel in the company, and now they're like, here, WCW, take this perfectly made top heel and you can have him.
His cool badass character translates seamlessly into what he's gonna walk onto on Nitro.
So
exactly,
it's all coming together.
Like they just set them up perfectly. Like they had Razor kick out of all of Vader's moves. They had Diesel take Shawn to the limit, and now they're just off to WCW to be even bigger stars. What a dumbass decision by Vince McMahon. That's all I gotta say there. Brett Thomas says, when I watched this last week, with my pizza. Shouts out to Brett listening to me and Romeo to have pizza and enjoyed the show. He says, one, it wasn't long. Two, they spoke about the main event through the show, which made it feel more important. They don't do that nowadays. And he was like instead of every match being a big match, it had an undercard that was building to a main event. That's a great choice of words. Also, Uncle Gripper says, I like this match. Yeah, this was. I mean, I don't even think we should ask the question if this was match of the night. This is a unanimous, undisputed match of the night here.
Don't say undisputed. It's way too soon to be saying that.
Boom.
Signs I saw during the pay-per-view: Gay Dust, Smear the Queer, and
Jesus.
Sonny, Marlena, Sable, the 6 best reasons to watch WWF. They weren't shy about putting this on.
It was not shy at all. That shit was blasted.
They focused on that. Like, I was just like, nowadays that would never happen. Never happen.
Let's wrap up this In Your House. 3 dirty finishes, 1 ref bump. Match of the night, unanimous. MVP. I'm going to go with the guys that are leaving. Diesel, Razor, Vince McMahon. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. For, thank you for your service.
He's learned his lesson. That's a damn sure.
Oh, has he? Has he?
Has he? Has he?
I'm talking about sending guys out on a good note. That's what I meant. Not.
I mean, Daniel Bryan went out on a WrestleMania main event and main event
a title match, SmackDown.
Yeah, a title match.
I'm not sure he saw that one coming. I think he Diesel and Razor, thank you for your run here on WWF, your last pay-per-view.
Vince was like, I don't know about WCW's investments, but as far as their talent, I'm willing to give them some more.
I see what you did there. Sid, who was your MVP?
I went with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Great first defense, giving Diesel his best match of his WWF run. He sent off the click in the right way.
John Kai.
Absolutely, same way the fucking HB Shizzle.
LVP. I'm going to go with Jerry Lawler, who I thought was awful on commentary. Phineas, who looked like an idiot. And definitely Mad Dog Vachon for coming up to see a wrestling match and getting your prosthetic leg ripped off.
Well, that's not his fault.
I'm sorry, I can't. Drunk guy. He's your LVP.
All right, for LVP, Goldust Ultimate Warrior, that's for damn sure. And I think that will probably be it. I can't go to Mad Dog. You want to see a match, Diesel wants to rip off a fucking prosthetic. Like, that's all.
I can't even give it to Goldust. Mad Dog Vachon's got a prosthetic leg, but he had an injured leg. I got to give it to Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior could have done more to make that match a little entertaining. So he's my LVP.
Put our thumbs out, and in 3, 2, 1, it'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for In Your House number 7. Good friends, better enemies. 3, 2, 1. Not enough for me. Not enough, that match. Still a thumbs down.
We had a dud in the match, and it was we only really raised one match, and that would be the main event. So yeah, you're right.
That was enough for me. That was enough for me to get.
Let's rate this on a scale of 0 to 10. I'm going to give it a 3.2 just for that match alone. Sid?
I give it a 5 out of 10 just for the main event. Just for the main event. And the way they put over the outsiders before they went to WCW. You gotta show love to Vince McMahon and the WWF for how well they treat their competitors back then.
Drunk guy, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. That's it, 4.
And you can guess the pay-per-view buys for this show. WrestleMania did 300K. I assure you, this one did not do that.
I'm about to say we're not comparing.
The last In Your House did 150K. Sid, what do you think this did?
This did 145.
Drunk guy?
I'm gonna say 148.
What a dick. Drunk guy's closer. 100, 150.
Oh,
To be exact.
damn.
No, you got it right. You were closer.
What a dick! What a dick! You did 3,000 more than me. What a dick!
2,000 more. I was 5,000, 2,000 away.
So
Makes
the
sense.
exact same buys as the last one.
Makes sense. Yeah, In Your House doesn't draw that much. I know drunk more early morning guy JJ has to run, but please let the people know where they can find you on social media before you bounce up out of here.
You can follow me on Instagram, Hacksaw_J_Duggan, Twitter, Drunken Math is JJ, Facebook, my name is my name. You can follow the gang. We are everywhere. We have our own superstar hotline, True Hill Heat. Call us. Give us a call. We might send you out some postcards. We have Instagram, True Hill Heat, Facebook, True Hill Heat, Twitter, True Hill Heat, AOL, AIM, Pornhub, StoneX, YouPorn. We're everywhere, guys. We're up early and wake up to give you guys this good content. I would be asleep right now before I gotta go to work. But we are up here delivering this good motherfucking product, live streaming for y'all. Because we appreciate our people. We appreciate our fans. This is what we do. Nobody does it better. Nobody waking up 8 o'clock to review In Your House. All right? not on this side of America. Okay? So absolutely.
Yes, we got a bid drunk early morning guy JJ. I gotta get used to that. Early morning guy JJ adieu. He has to head off to work. Thank you, sir.
Nice. Yes, sir.
We will drop
see me
you
tonight.
back.
Check us
Drop
out
you
tonight.
back.
Royal Superstars.
We're gonna drop you back in 2021, so you can head to work, and we'll see you later on tonight on Rated Raw Superstars.
See ya.
Drop them off.
Oh.
Any final remarks or notes from Wrestling Observer, Romeo, before we sign off here?
I can tell you. All right. Eric Bischoff gave an interview and told his side of the story of Johnny B. Bad leaving WCW. People want to jump all over this thing and paint me as Satan because that's kind of in vogue right now. He's already very bitter. But Johnny came to me and expressed his concern. And what did we do? We changed it. If you look at the television, it's quite obvious. We didn't have a problem with it. I was concerned he was taking his professional on-camera life way too seriously. He had a problem with Kimberly as his valet because he didn't know how to answer his daughter. I understand that. We made the change. But what happens if we need him to take on a different character? Where is the line? How do we know what we can do with talent when we don't know how the talent's personal life is going to be affected by it? He's bringing it up because he wants to make it appear he was justified in making the decision he made. Dave Meltzer says Mero being uncomfortable with the Kimberly angle actually didn't have much to do with Mero leaving, and it was more about trusting WWF to make him more of a star, and because they were willing to hire his wife, Sable, and other minor issues with WCW.
I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, although they did give him a substantial push, he was always at a certain level. He was always in the mid card, and there wasn't any like upward trajectory or even potential of him getting into like the upper mid card or even like the main event scene. So I understand his thinking there.
And that's it. Do we have any comments that weren't put on screen?
We got Brett Thomas here saying, Shawn, as much as I dislike him as a person, he makes Roman, Kenny, Bobby, etc. look like crap. He would pull out so much variety in his matches.
Well, Shawn Michaels is my GOAT, but I wouldn't say he makes those look like crap.
He definitely doesn't make Kenny Omega look like crap. Kenny Omega for
it's
all
a dream match, man.
For all the people
fire up the 2K.
For all the people that says, "Oh, Kenny Omega hits 101 V triggers," well, Michaels used to hit 101 of those flying forearms throughout his matches.
Can you imagine that match, both in their prime?
Ooh, that would have.
My goodness.
1996 Shawn Michaels versus 2021 Kenny Omega. That would be a dream match for sure.
Ooh.
I would love that indeed. And he doesn't make Roman. Roman is in kind of a, I won't say a rut, but he's into a routine even with his big matches. He was in similar of that mode when he wasn't liked by the fans. So I think that now that it's because he's liked by the fans, they say, oh yeah, it's great what he's doing, but he's into like a routine of starting very slow and then having a good like final 10 minutes or so.
We're gonna see what he could get out of this old guy at SummerSlam.
Let's see what he can do. Uncle Ripper says that's not a dream match. Okay, you should specify to you. AJ Styles is better than Kenny. Maybe in 2016, 2017, but AJ Styles 2021 is not better than Kenny Omega. I can name 5 different great matches Kenny Omega has had this year. Can't do the same for AJ Styles. And yes, that's WWE's fault, but a fact is a fact.
Okay, AJ versus HBK, also a dream match. Also.
Yeah. Not saying that it's not a dream match, but don't tell me Kenny versus HBK is not a dream match and AJ Styles better when he hasn't had one great match this year.
Well, teaming with Omos will do that to you.
Exactly. I mean, it's the way they book him, but that's not my fault. That's WWE's fault.
Guys, we need you to do your homework, your True Rewind homework, True Rewind 51. So that means watch Raw and Nitro from April 29th, 1996, and we'll be back with you next week to talk about. I can't wait to see the beginning of this storyline with Shawn Michaels and Diana Hart-Smith.
And British Bulldog. Oh boy, it's going to be very, very interesting. The ride to In Your House, Beware of Dog at the end of May 1996. Definitely thank you everyone who is joining us live. Uncle Ripper saying, great show, chaps. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us live here. And yes, do your homework. We will post the next episode of True Rewind next Monday. So won't be live, but we will drop it here. And maybe we will do more of these live streams, maybe not so early. I would hope, fingers crossed, in the future for pay-per-views, maybe In Your House, Beware of Dog, or WCW Slamboree will be our next live stream for True Rewind. So like I said at the top of the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified so you always get alerted whenever we have a live stream right here on True Hill Heat. Romeo, you want to tell them where they can find you on social media and the True Hill Heat YouTube channel?
Yes, the Pride of NY, Twitter, Instagram. Give me a follow. I'm a great follow. Really, really, like, above standard, like, one of the best. And tonight on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, Rated Raw Superstars, 15 minutes after Raw goes off. Even if you don't watch Raw, join us. We have a great time either trashing it or, no, that's really all we do. We trash it most of the time. NX3, the show, NXT, the show that nobody likes anymore. Everyone hates it. Down in the dumps. I don't want to play with you anymore. Me, Chris G, and Ness, we still cover NXT. We still watch it. We're going to bunker down, and continue to watch. So then join us. Watch those videos. And what else have I got? Watch-alongs whenever they come along. Subscribe to the True Hill YouTube channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when we go live and when new videos are dropping.
Yes, all that good stuff. You could follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. I have a whole thread of all my content work from last week, whether it be articles, YouTube videos, or podcasts. So you can check that out. That's the pinned comment on my Twitter page right now. You can also see me later on today, 8 p.m. BST, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the Wrestling Daily YouTube channel with Sat E. Yankee. We will be talking about the latest batch of WWE releases and how it relates to big-time changes coming to NXT. Like Romeo said, the child that nobody wants to play with anymore. All the hardcores are done with their NXT. You can also see me on the Wrestling Daily YouTube channel on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. BST with Alex McCarthy. We do our weekly debate on Wednesdays. And you can see me on the Powered 4 TV YouTube channel on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. BST with John Scott on Powered 4 SP3. Friday, you can see me following SmackDown on the Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel with the legendary Dutch Mantel and Rick Ucchino. With Smack Talk reviewing SmackDown. Check out the latest episode where we talked about the releases with Dutch Mantel, who had a lot to say, as well as he talked about the late great Bobby Eaton. So it's a great episode for you to check out and test out the Smack Talk with me, Dutch, and Rick. And Saturday, the big one, True Hill Heat 138. It is True Hill Heat meets Fightful's Distraction. Joseph Holbert and Jeremy Lambert of the Distraction podcast will go head to head with myself and Top Guy JJ. If you watch True Hill Heat Weekly, you know me and Top Guy JJ never get along, never see things eye to eye, but can we coexist as we do the first ever fantasy wrestling draft with Chrissy Love as the special judge on screen, and you guys watching us live Saturday morning. It'll probably be 10 a.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. BST. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified. We're actually, Romeo, about 9 to 10 subscribers away from 1.4 thousand subscribers. So help us out. Share this video with your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. Drop a like on this video. It helps other people find the video. And of course, if you're watching us on Twitter or Facebook, drop us a like. Follow us on those pages because we're doing great content right here on True Hill Heat, and we love the support. We got one more comment to feature here. Sangarine says, great show, fellas. Thank you so much for joining us. See, all the love. It's a family here. It's a family affair in the True Hill Heat community, and we love bringing together. And of course, yes, like Romeo says, join us back here next Monday, True Rewind 51, as we review the post Good Friends, Better Enemies Monday Night Raw and see what type of nonsense happens on WCW Nitro.
I also forgot to plug Friday Night Warriors. We will be talking SmackDown and AEW Rampage as it debuts this week, this Friday. Check that out.
There's so much content to enjoy right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. No better time to subscribe. So join the movement and help support as we make our push to 2,000 subscribers. But 1.4 is our next goal. So 9 to 10 subscribers away. Help us out and share it with your friends. So for early morning guy JJ, for Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been True Rewind, episode 50, in your house, number 7. Good friends, better enemies. We are signing off until next time.